As we know that we can also solve the biological problem if it is in the form of a directed acyclic graph form. So if in order to find the longest path within this directed acyclic graph path, so we have to find the longest path within the two vertices that is present within the weight DAG. So for this purpose we need the input and the output. So for as an input, the input will be the weight DAG, that is designated as capital G, with the source and the sink vertices. And as we know that the source is the starting point for the torus and the sink is the finish point for that path. So after giving the input, the output will be the longest path in G, that is from the source to the sink. As we know that we can also solve the longest path within the DAG by using the dynamic programming techniques. And we know that for every vertex there are many multiple edges that flow in, and at the same time for the same vertex there are many multiple edges that are flowing out from that vertex. So if we compare these vertices and edges with the city map, so we can say that any intersection of the roads that is be represented with any vertex, and the roads that are inbound towards the vertex, they are called the inflow roads, and the one-way roads that are going out from that vertex, they can be designated as outflow roads. So we can also call the numbers of edges entering into the vertex, and we can compare these vertex with the roads that are going into the intersection. And we have already said that the intersection can be compared as a vertex. So the incoming roads or the edges that are going into the vertex, they can be designated as in degree of the vertex. Similarly, the edges that are going out of the vertices, and we have compared these vertices with the one-way roads that are exiting that intersection, and we know the intersection is a vertex, so we call these edges or the roads as the out degree of the vertex. So we know that this is a nicely regular case of the Manhattan problem, and in this problem the most of the vertices had in degree of 2 and the out degree of 2. As we have seen previously that this is the grid, and we designate it as grid as a S, and we know that for every vertex we have, and we know that we can move either in this grid either in the east direction or in the south direction. So if we consider this as a vertex, then we can see that there are two possibilities, that two edges they can enter into the vertex, and we can call it the inflow edges. And similarly from this vertex there are only two possibilities, one is here and one is here, that it can leave that vertex, and we can also call these edges as the outflow edges of this particular vertex. But in this case, as we have seen in the directed acyclic graph problem, a vertex can have an arbitrary in degree and out degree. It means that any specific vertex can have more than two inflow and outflow edges. And in this problem, we will see later that it could be more than 3, more than 2, and less than 1. So we will call U a predecessor of vertex V if V and U are the subset of E, and in other words, a predecessor of a vertex is any vertex that can be reached by traveling backward along an inbound edge. So clearly, if V has n degree of small k, it has k predecessors. So in this graphic diagram, we can see that there is a vertex, and we designate that vertex as a small v, and we can also see that there are 3 edges that are coming in this direction into the vertex. So these edges, they are called as inflow edges because they are going towards the vertex, and they are 3 in number: U1, U2 and U3. And we can say that these are the set of predecessors of V vertex. And we can also see that there are 2 edges that are going out of these vertices, and we can call it the outflow of these vertices, and these are designated with W1 and W2. So we have 3 inflow vertices and 2 outflow vertices, 3 inflow edges and 2 outflow edges in this graphic display. And if we want to find the longest path to V from source to sink, then we have to consider the maximum value out of these 3 computed values. So for this purpose, first we will calculate the SU1, and we will see the weight of the edges from U1 to V, and similarly for U2 V and U3 V. And here we can see that we have only one single digit value, and previously we know that we have find the value as I and j, and for ij we remember that we calculated many of the ij values, for example 1 and 1, 3 and 4, etc. And we know that all of these values were in the form of a pair. So but in this case the value will be only as a single integer value. So we have to calculate all of these values, and the value that has the maximum weight will be selected as the maximum value of this DAG path.